I was told that I cannot use tissue. So I'm thinking, right, how am I supposed to clean my butt?
Welcome to our 72 hours eco-friendly challenge. So now, without further ado, let us invite our three youths who will be participating in this challenge.
Hi, Father.
Hello. Hi, Father.
How are you?
Good. Hope you are all keeping well.
Yes.
Yes.
Wonderful. And perhaps maybe you'd like to tell our viewers, a little bit about yourselves and how you live your life in terms of this idea of this caring for creation.
Sure, Father. Hi, everybody. I'm Natalie. I am 27 this year, and I'm currently working as a financial consultant. And about my lifestyle with regards to sustainable living is that I really like to recycle things. I try to recycle as many things as I can. I really love to bring my own containers when I go tapao food from the hawker centers, the kopitiam. I don't know, just small things that I guess hopefully add up to saving the environment.
Hi guys, I'm Paul. I'm 26 this year, and I actually just started working. I'm working at a semiconductor company as an engineer. I think where I try to be sustainable in my lifestyle now is that I try to minimize single-use plastic containers or paper cups when I buy coffee. And recently at my workplace, I bring my glass container to work to pack food, and instead of getting those plastic containers that they give at the place itself. My family also, just like Nat, is quite big on recycling. So we usually really pick up a lot of our items that we want to recycle, be it like glass, paper or metal, and we bring it to a place in Ubi every few months to just give it to the recycling company to recycle it.
My name is Carrin. I am 25 years old and I'm currently working in NTU as a project officer. For me, I always take public transport, and then I walk when I don't need to take the public transport, right? Yeah, my family actually does like compost as well. So we get like our banana peels and our onion peels, and then we put them in the soil and that becomes our soil. Yeah, so we do a lot of things actually. So yeah, that's just a few, and yeah, that's for me.
Thank you for all your sharing, and perhaps just a little angle from the faith perspective, since this is why we are here. There's more to just, we need to care for the earth, because if we just look at it from that angle, then it makes no difference between someone who is doing it out of a conviction of faith or someone who just do it because they believe that it's something we need to do to care for creation. Christianity is relationship, and that's the very foundation of it, and that is why God came incarnate. He came down to be in direct relationship with all of us. He became one of us. And so too, when we are talking about this relationship, it extends more than just person to person, but person to creation, person to creator. Because God is Father, all of us are brothers and sisters, including creation. And therefore, just as we are called to care for one another as human persons, we are also called to care for creation because they are our brothers and sisters. And therefore, when we are talking about why is it so important, especially as people of faith, Christians, it's because it's not so much about I have to, but because I want to. These are my brothers and sisters. We are brothers and sisters to them too. So how are we caring for each other? How are we looking out for each other? Because everything, even small, will have its effects. God is one who wants to be in relationship with us. God is one who shows His love through creation, through one another, basically through relationships. And so, as you take on this challenge, I invite you to, as you do it, to perhaps go deeper, to understand, why am I doing this? How am I in my choices is helping a fellow sister, a fellow brother, or better still, is helping or making a contribution or a difference to the creation that I am living in.
I think what you just shared really brought a lot of perspective into how we are each other's keepers, how I'm responsible for my brother and my sister, and the world is not just for me, and that straw is not just for my own use. This straw will take 100 years, I don't know how many years to disintegrate, and if I can do my own part, then I will have to do it because it's kind of my calling, you know. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing that, Father.
Praise God, you're welcome. Okay, so now we'll get into the fun part of giving you your challenges. So I hope you're all ready and excited for this.
So nervous. I am so nervous.
Bring it on, Father.
Nat,
Yes.
your challenge would be to minimize food wastage.
Oh no! I'm very guilty of food wastage.
And Paul, your challenge is to conserve water usage.
Oh my, I'm not going to shower for 72 hours.
I'm going to shower for 72 hours.
No, it's not possible.
The wonder of technology is we can't smell it. We won't know.
Thanks, Father. I accept that challenge. Yeah, let's see where the Lord leads me in this and leads all of us.
And Carrin,
Yes.
you have the ultimate eco challenge.
Oh no.
Yours would be complete zero waste.
How am I gonna do that? I'm so nervous. Father, how could you do this to me? Oh no.
If it were to help you, pray to Saint Francis. He's the patron of ecology.
Yeah, we're gonna need a lot of intercession from Saint Francis. A lot.
He'll be very busy
All the
this weekend.
saints.
A
All
lot.
the saints.
I have confidence in all of you because listening to what you have already been doing, that's wonderful, and yeah, we encourage you and may you continue to inspire all our viewers who will be tuning in as they watch this challenge. All the best, guys.
So I'm really thinking that I'm like some superstar, okay? I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like invincible, give me anything, you know, I can do anything. Oh my gosh, challenge me. And then you challenged me.
Okay, I really need like your prayers, like St. Francis's intercessions, you know, to help me like be more conscious of it. And yeah, we will see how I do.
Water wastage was something that I really struggle with. So I guess it's an invitation and a sign that it's time that I really took this seriously and tried my best to reduce this area of wastage.
So I think like the worst thing about being on a zero waste lifestyle, right? Okay, one of the bad things, like it's really a con, is that I cannot wear sunscreen because I haven't found a zero waste sunscreen.
Hey guys! So yeah, now I'm actually going to have lunch. I'm eating this bowl of macaroni noodles, macaroni soup, okay? And I'm gonna have to try to finish the whole thing.
So I've come to get some package-free groceries for the challenge. Can I just tell you how embarrassed I am to be doing this in public? It's so unlike me to point out the price, but this is very expensive. But it's sustainable.
So you're supposed to start this morning, right? But because I wake up at 5:30 in the morning and I think I was a bit tired this morning, I completely forgot that we were having the challenge today, starting today. So I went in, started my shower, and I only realized halfway through that I should be conserving water. So, well, it didn't go so well this morning.
I bought this as well, like some pre-made pasta sauce, and I'm going to use it. I'm going to use all of it for my pasta, and then I'm going to use this jar as my waste jar.
Right now, I'm really struggling with finishing the last few spoonfuls, and this is the part where I usually like start to waste food. Yay! Okay, fine. There's still some soup left, but I think that's okay, right?
Okay, so I'm going to take my shower right now. I'm going to try and reduce the amount of time I take to shower. I usually take around 5 minutes, but there was this one day I rushed and I took like 3 minutes and I completely surprised myself. If I can do it like unintentionally, I think I can do it purposefully right now. There you go! 4 minutes and 3 seconds. Carrin Henry is a star.
So just a quick update. Before I went to the toilet, I basically asked my sister to help me time the amount of time that the shower is left on while I'm bathing. The time that the water was running, right, was actually a total of 7 minutes and 45 seconds. Okay, give or take maybe about 30 seconds because I think there's a bit of a delay sometimes. So let's say 8 minutes of shower running time. Now, to be honest, 8 minutes of shower running time is already a big win.
I finally packed everything. I've also labeled them. I tried my best to use all of the tape, right? Because I wanted to reduce wastage. Then we've got all of this packaging, right? And so I was thinking, because it's biodegradable, I think I'll just put it in our soil and make compost out of it.
All of y'all will take 5-minute showers. Wow, really kudos to y'all. I don't even know how to begin to take a 5-minute shower unless I don't clean myself enough. Yeah, with that, I think just want to close off today, this first day of the challenge, and I think it's going well. I don't know. I wonder how my other pals are doing with their own challenges, but I'm sure they're doing great.
My first meal of the day, and that is my pao. I tend to leave out the skin because there's no more meat left to accompany the skin. I cannot just stop at keeping my leftovers. I have to go back and eat them. If not, I should just try to finish them during the same meal, or if not, go one step further to make sure that I buy only as much as I can eat and not too much.
So I've got some oats in here. I couldn't get milk, right? Milk has some sort of packaging. So yeah, so I put a little bit in here. I put some hot water, and now I'm just soaking it, and I'm going to smoosh it to make some sort of milk out of it. Yeah, without milk it's just disgusting.
Today's shower was 28 minutes, but being able to turn off the shower brought my time down to just over 7 minutes. Yeah, so I just spent 7 minutes of water running, and I think that, yeah, it's really something that I have not done before, maybe in a long time. Yeah, so I think just want to claim that also, yeah, and to continue to try to actively see how else I can reduce my water wastage.
Tapaoing my lunch. Got my containers. Today, what we are having is some wonton mee and some porridge. Hopefully, I can finish all of my food today, day 2. I've actually managed to finish most of the things that I bought. Actually, this lunch is not all for me. I'm sharing it with my parents, my mom and dad. So my mom and I just had lunch, and my dad's on his way back to finish all these leftovers, I guess.
So I went to the local market, I brought a container. Honestly, I feel like the ingredients were very pure. Yeah, so I really enjoyed it.
So I put a bucket underneath the shower, basically collect the water, and I'm going to show you all what I'm going to use it for now. And this toilet bowl is just 4 liters for a half flush and 6 liters for a full flush. This is actually more than 6 liters, but the good thing about this is that it is really just the water that would have been wasted, would have gone into the drain if I hadn't saved it. What I'm going to do is just use this water that I saved to clean this toilet bowl, to flush it down. Okay, see, look at that, it's clean.
As you can see, I'm actually outside at the shopping mall having dinner. We finished all the food. Look, gone, 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 gone. These past 2 days actually, I don't know why, but I think it's longer. But yeah, past 2 days has been a very eye-opening experience for me. Yeah, I've really been challenged, to be more intentional in the way I eat, in the way I consume things.
The Lord is calling me to a greater discipline in many areas, in my own prayer life, in my walk with Him, and in this particular weekend, discipline in ensuring that I continue to be challenged, to be faithful to that challenge, and to give all I can to see how far I can go to save water.
I feel like the challenge punched me in the face today. So I was talking to my mom and I said okay, I want to make biryani. I want to make maybe chicken biryani. But I have to go to the market to get chicken. And that means I have to carry a container to the market. And I think that I was just very lazy to do that, right? And I have to do that early in the morning because the market opens early and it also closes early. But then I need yogurt, and then I don't have yogurt. But if I'm going to use yogurt, then I'm going to get it from the packaging, right? Which is not sustainable. And so my mind was just exploding. I was like, oh my God, am I never going to get this right? And then I thought of, okay, so where is Jesus in this? What triumphs, right? What triumphs? Is it convenience or responsibility as a steward and a disciple? And then I thought further, right? I went further and I thought of people in this world and how we are called to be brothers and sisters to them and how we are called to be loving to them. And to love demands some sort of sacrifice. But do I love you enough for me to do it? Like, so I'm taking this very seriously, right? Because this earth is the greatest gift, or one of the greatest gifts that the Lord has ever given to me. Yeah. Okay, so everybody is wondering, right? What happened to the packaging? You said you put it for compost, right? Is it really there? Don't bluff. Okay, so I'm going to show you now. Okay, so there you go. Paper usually takes about 2 to 6 weeks to decompose. So I've got some onion peels, right? So I'm going to put them in. That's our compost.
So I want to show you another way that I am thinking of how to save water. I'm going to show how I wash the rice, and we're going to see how much water is used from the rice washing, and then we will think of a use for that water.
I'm gonna have lunch, and what I am doing is I am frying an egg, and my mom cooked some beef noodle soup for lunch. So, back to the grind, back to seeing if I can actually not waste any food today.
I have already collected all the water that I got from washing the rice. As you can see, like it gets progressively cleaner. I'm going to clean the sink with these 3 cups of water. Yes, look at it, and how useful these 3 cups of water in this very simple task that I would just use running water for.
Okay, so I'm all set and ready to go shopping with my mom. I've decided to carry my school bag so that I can keep all the clothes and everything in this bag, and I don't have to use plastic bags.
So I'm done with lunch, and guess what? I managed to finish everything that I took on my bowl.
So yesterday, right, Paul Joseph really doubted like my cleanliness because I told him that I bathed in like 3 minutes and 25 seconds. So today I scrubbed my body twice and I took 5 minutes and 31 seconds. I don't know. Paul, I really don't know.
As you can see, I'm eating my dinner outside again. This time here, this is what I'm having. Sauces also really accumulate, and they also make up a lot of the food that I waste. Oh man, so I would say that some hits and misses for dinner on day 3. And what I'm going to do with the thing that I wasted the most, in a sense, the leftovers, the rice, I'm just going to take it home. So I'm going to ask for them to tap out for me.
I have great news. So on the last day, I actually spent just under 5 minutes of shower on time. Yeah, and I can't believe 5 minutes.
Yeah, everyone wants to know how much of waste did I accumulate, and this is how much I've accumulated. Can you believe it? I encourage all of you guys to do this, okay?
Hello, welcome back. You all looking very happy and cheerful, so I think that's a good sign. How has it been in the last 72 hours for all of you?
It's been good, Father. Oh my gosh. I think when it first started, it felt like it would never end. But then once I passed the 2nd day mark, then it felt like, okay, it's gonna wrap up soon. It hasn't been easy, honestly.
Day 1 was very easy. Day 2 got very difficult. And then day 3, I was very determined. I said I have to do this right. Yeah, and then I guess I kind of got a hold of it after that. Probably at like 2-3-5-9 of like day 3. Then I was like, yay, I can do it now.
Well, I think it was quite an interesting 72 hours for me also. Like I really couldn't use my bath time to just chill and enjoy and relax. It was just like a really well-oiled machine. Just like, okay, I gotta get this done. I gotta get it done really quickly. That's it.
I also heard that during this challenge you actually timed yourself. What was the shortest you managed to achieve?
I managed to get the water running time down to, I think the fastest was like 4 minutes 53 seconds.
4 minutes plus, huh? That's good to hear. Maybe you'd like to share what particularly was challenging for you?
Well, for me, I think it would be going out with people who do not understand the whole motivation of this challenge, If I were to just go out by myself, I can control myself. I can say, okay, I'm not going to buy anything. I'm not going to buy bubble tea. I'm not going to buy curry puff. I'm not going to buy anything. But when I go out with like my friends or my relatives, they just want to buy everything for me. And now all of these things just become my waste when it's not even bought with my money, and they don't understand because they're all about convenience, right? But it's not sustainable. And I think explaining to them and trying to find some sort of a middle ground is just very difficult.
That's a very important word, convenience. The challenge started picking up when everything convenient had to be let go. So was there anything in your process of the 72 hours that, hey, you learned something both about yourself and maybe also about the faith a bit more?
I think what you mentioned about creation and us being living alongside creation, that also got me thinking as I was using the water, right? How thankful I am to actually have access to clean water and access to water that I can just use anytime I want. The challenge also focused a lot on discipline for me. It was so easy to just sit back. Yeah, so I think that was something that I also learned about myself, of choosing to surrender the comforts of my own life, to recognize that these are gifts given from the Lord.
What grows, as you also highlighted, which is very good, was the idea of discipline. So it then expands more than just shower, but our personal self-will, our self-discipline, our self-control perhaps. Are there any other things that the three of you like to add, or any words of encouragement?
Taking baby steps with becoming more sustainable, in whatever area of your life, be it food wastage, water wastage, or even zero waste. As long as we start and we don't stop, that would make a difference every single day.
For me, it would be really to recognize that even the area that you think you are not being wasteful in can still be an area to grow and to try to reduce waste in.
Nothing is impossible. Really, nothing is impossible. We have showed you that it's possible. Believe in yourself, right? Believe that you can do something that can change this world.
To all our viewers, remember that no action is too small. Even the smallest thing can and will make an impact. We may not see it immediately, but we know it is not too small to influence, to inspire others around you. Let us together pray the prayer that Pope Francis composed or invites us to pray for the environment. Loving God, creator of heaven, earth, and all therein contained, open our minds and touch our hearts so that we can be part of creation, your gift.
Be present to those in need in these difficult times, especially the poorest and most vulnerable. Help us to show creative solidarity as we confront the consequences of the global pandemic. Make us courageous in embracing the changes required to seek the common good. Now, more than ever, may we all feel interconnected and interdependent.
Enable us to succeed in listening and responding to the cry of the earth and the cry of the poor. May their current sufferings become the birth pangs of a more fraternal and sustainable world.
We pray through Christ our Lord, under the loving gaze of Mary, help of Christians.
Amen. Thank you again, and see you all, sisters and brothers. Bye-bye.